guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bisoye Akiomi. I live in Johannesburg, South Africa. If this is your first time clicking on this video, I'm so glad you did, and if your family, it's good to have you back. So from the description below, you know what I'll be talking about today. I want to share with you guys, like I said, I'll be talking about my experiences living in South Africa, some cultural differences. I'm Nigerian, I live in South Africa, and some things stood out for me, and I'll just be highlighting them in today's video. Okay, so I came to study in South Africa, and upon my resumption at school, I would go to school daily. The thing that I would notice around campus was a sticker, every day. And when I take the transport, I was using public transport, and I would get to school and I walk to my campus, and all around campus, what I would just see, what was all over, was a sticker that had a note on it saying "Safe Abortion." Guys, I was shocked. I was shocked. I don't know. I was shocked. Like, who does that? And I'm like, why? Why would they be advertising such things? Like, I'm not saying, I know people do, guys. I mean, to the extent of advertising and making it like it's fine, it's normal. Okay, that was a very big shock for me. It took a while for me to adjust. I had to, every time I see it, it won't digest. It choked me literally. Like, I just couldn't comprehend that abortion could be advertised. So but now, I mean, it's years later. Then I no, it wasn't sitting well. I would see it when I usually see this advert on the walls. They usually have bins, like dustbin racks being placed at intervals on the way to school. So on the body of the dustbin, I would see those adverts. I would see them. And I'm like, why? Now for you to advertise it, that was not just sitting well with me. Like, no, that shouldn't even be known. I mean, maybe it's my culture or my background that made me feel that way. It was a shock for me, because that was not what I was exposed to in Nigeria. I didn't see. There was no way that I had ever seen a place in Nigeria, growing up, that I would see a place where there's a safe abortion. No, there was no way. So for me, getting here, seeing that was a good shock. Years, I mean, maybe up to 2. Even now, if I see it, it's still, but I just, it's what it is. Okay, so guys, that's by the way. So was that. The second thing that also, it's not a shock, but it's a shock and kind of different from what I'm used to, is the way we pay rent here. So in Nigeria, we pay rent like yearly or even 2 years. So annual rents, or 2 years. You can pay once. You pay to your landlord or to your agency or to whoever is collecting your rent. You pay that to them. But here in South Africa, we pay rent monthly. Every month. Bills are every month. Rates every month. Rents every month. Telephone every month, grocery shopping every month. Everything is monthly. So it's compared to, back home, you've paid for the year, you are sorted, you are not even thinking of rent for that year till maybe towards the end of the year, when you are now, okay, I need to get rent for the following year. But here it's monthly. Whatever you are making for the month, you are paying rent for the next month. So that was kind of different for me when I came. So the third thing is the way we shop, what I've been used to. So I'm comparing what I've been used to back home to when I came to South Africa. So now, the way we shop, here is shopping malls. Everything is just mall life. Like, I miss going to the markets. There's just something about going to the markets. You can negotiate. But here, everything is fixed. You go to the malls for everything. Batteries, you go to the malls. Toothpaste, you go to the malls. Vegetables, you go to the malls. I'm like, oh God. So, but I mean, I'm just saying early years differences. Now it's normal, it's part of our lives here, but I'm just highlighting the things that really stood out for me that were different. So the going to the malls was different. I miss going to the market. I miss going to buy, going to the market and take Okada, and we go home. I just miss those kind of things. They're just unique. You don't find here. We are too Nigeria. I just there's some certain things that I miss in Nigeria. It's fresh. You buy things on the road. I just miss that. So that compared to South Africa, except we have that. It's not that we don't have going to the market, but it's just dangerous and people don't like going to the market. I myself, I don't think I can go alone. I'll go with someone to our CB, that's the central business district. So that's where everything, you know, all foreigners, all shops, Chinese, everybody, they're all there. You know, your market, your locals, your fresh produce, you'll find it there as well. So if you have the hearts to go and buy, it's okay. If you don't, you end up going to the malls where grocery shopping and any other household items. I mentioned two things. Okay, another thing that stood out for me as well was the way the independence, the way people were quick to be independent. Okay, yeah, it's bothered me that at school most of my friends were already living alone, and that's around, that was my first year, second year. You would hear they were renting, they were alone, and for me it was, yeah, if I was back home and I was in university, I'll be living alone. But when I compare it to here, the living alone is like, I don't know how to describe it, but it wasn't just balanced. That the 18-year-old girl, she's living alone, she's just independent, like independent of her parents, independent like us. You still go home, you know, you still go and get pocket money, you still go and you know, harass your brothers and sisters to give you money, you still there's some things you still do even if you're at school in Nigeria. That's what I believe. But here the independence is like you ask someone, okay, I can meet someone at the till today and she's young, you're not supposed to be in school or still, she's working, she lives in Chuboka, family is in the location, so the location is like the village, kind of. I'm just trying to relate it, like the village, and she has to work, she has to feed and support her family and all of that. And it's at the beginning, it's one of the things that really, it was just different that people would be so independent so early. It's a privilege. I think I am privileged to not have experienced such, but I mean, people do. That's some people's lives. They grew up quickly. They're independent so early. They have to feed for the family. They have to fend, but feed for them to feed their families and all of that. So I acknowledge that fact. But me, from my background, coming to SA and just finding that a lot of people around me were just so independent so early, just didn't. I still had, I'm the last one, so maybe. Yeah, that played me not getting quick. Yeah. Coupled with the fact that there's the abortion adverts, I also see Sangoma adverts. Guys, Sangomas are herbalist adverts. Like if you want, I'm trying to remember. So they will ask you if you want the love of your life to remain, or are you looking for the love of your life? Contact so and so. And I'll be like, hey. So it shocks me, like Sangoma will also place an advert. Okay, yeah. That also was a shock. I'm like, okay, yeah, things I need to deal with. It took a while for me to internalize certain things, like the two abortion. Those were shock, like real mental shock for me. This can't be done. Okay, guys. So that being said, brings me to another point. South Africa, diversity it's huge. It's big. Like the whites mixed with Indians, mixed with the blacks, mixed with the coloreds, mixed with the Chinese. So yeah, South Africa is big. It's huge. Different people. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The diversity is beautiful, and you meet people. Even me, I'm classified as a Zulu girl. Like I'm from Laz. Yeah, shout out to my Laz fans. Lumiso, this is for you. So I'm classified as a Zulu girl. People be someone and say, yeah, we just will roll like that. And when you get to the point that I can't speak it anymore, speak English, just. Let's come back to our level. But where are you from? And people are curious. Where are you from? I'm from Nigeria. Like, okay, but you're speaking Zulu. I say yes. I just know the basics. I can't really. Okay, but I can hear. Also, the diversity, and it's big and it's interesting. It's nice. It's a good feeling to meet different people and different cultural backgrounds and just relate with them. And that brings me to the next one, which is the language. I mean, language is a big deal in South Africa. Every black is assumed to be a local. Yeah, every black person is assumed to be a local. People cannot see you going and say, and so I'm used to that, and it's not something you can fight, because if you are African, just accept that South Africans don't think you are one of them. It's just what how they think. So I mean, you don't need to be saying no, I'm not. You get tired. Yeah, we are all one. It's fine. So yeah, so language is a big thing. I know different languages. Tonga, there's Zulu, there's Venda, there's there's the Afrikaans, and guys, language is a big deal. How do you know? I did the subject in second year. My course, I had to do a language. Instead, I chose Zulu, Afrikaans, and the Zulu they teach you in school is not the street Zulu, it's they teach you the indigenous one. Me, I have no clue. How will I learn it? So, but from people's advisors and friends, they did say Afrikaans was similar to English, so I should do Afrikaans. So I went for Afrikaans. That year was the longest year ever. You know, when you go to class and you're just depressed. That was my experience, and it was so traumatic. But I had to pass, because the fear of repeating, the fear of going back to those subjects was greater than my feelings. I just had to pass, guys. I put in all my efforts. I just had to pass. You know, I wasn't even concerned about my majors. If I failed those, at least it's English, I can understand. I'll come back and do it. But you see, this one Afrikaans, this subject, I had to pass it. And to God be the glory. I did. And 59, is it 59? 51% in my final exams. You needed to see the way I screamed. If it was been Nigeria, I'll go and give testimony that God is good. But really, God is good, because I just had to. Yeah, we have 12 official languages plus the sign language, making it 13 official languages in South Africa. And you can, every culture in South Africa is recognized. Like, every language is acknowledged. That yes, we are people. Diversity in South Africa is inclusive. It brings me to my next point, that in South Africa, the amount of public holidays we have. Okay guys, so almost every month we have a public holiday in South Africa. From March, we have a public holiday. May, there's public holiday. June, there's public holiday. In July, we don't have it. August, there's public holiday. September, there's a public holiday. October we don't have. Then December. And when I say public, it's just like maybe a one day. So guys, if a public holiday falls on a Sunday, the Monday we are going to take it off. If you are going to take it off, yeah. If it's a Thursday, people will take leave on Friday and just take the whole weekend and resume back on Monday. Guys, you know, and these things, I don't really look into it, but you'll find people tell me that, oh, there's public holiday tomorrow, so we are not. Can't you? Like, no, it's my day. Okay. So I tend to. So it's like you're invading their space. If you're telling them to do things on a public holiday, you can't tell people to work on a public holiday. Yes, walk. So, but anyway, so those are the few things that stood out for me. Living in South Africa. There was a time I went back, guys, things just looked different for me. So I've been able to. So it's two different backgrounds, two different experience for me, and I'm still learning, I'm still growing, and it's interesting that I've adjusted to some of this lifestyle, and just have to move on. Things you can ignore, you ignore. Things you accept, you accept. Things you can deal with, you deal with. Yeah, that comes to the end of this video. So guys, let me know in the comment section if you enjoyed this video, and have you lived in a different country apart from your own country, and how was the experience? What were the things that stood out for you? How were you able to cope, and yeah, what do you enjoy most living in that country? South Africa is a beautiful country. I can't say I've had a bad experience. No, I've not had. You hear stories of some people who came to SA, or they were robbed or killed, or there's just terrible stories out there. But for me, on my Thanksgiving, goes back to God, that I've had pleasant, and I'll continue to have good experience while I live in South Africa. So yeah, so guys, let me know in the comment section what your experience has been like living in, even in SA. If you're a foreign national, you're living in SA, what has your experience been like? How have you been able to cope compared to what you're supposed to growing up? You know, what was the shock for you? How are you able to deal with it? I would like to read your thoughts in the comment section. Please let me know, and that will bring us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you in the next video.